It's time! The 2020 gardening season is about to begin. Yes, so the time is here. We are coming up on the starting your seeds season for 2020, and that is so exciting. Welcome back to the Wallace Family Homestead. I am Amanda, and I kind of wanted to go over what we had planned for our 2020 garden. If you have been following along with our story, either here or on Instagram, you will know that we are brand new to homesteading, and this will be our first true my baby's in the background. This will be our first true growing season and our first garden, like our first real garden. We planted a couple of little things last year just to see if we could get them to grow, and this year we're going to be building raised beds. We've got cattle panel trellises going in, some vertical trellises, some like triangular trellises. We've got a small patch that we're going to be growing melons, and we're going to be doing some container gardening. So I just wanted to give you a rundown of what we're going to be growing. Now we are in zone 9A in Las Vegas, Nevada, so it gets very, very, very hot during the summer, and excuse me, it's also going to start warming up earlier than it does in other places. So I'm going to start my seeds about 6 to 8 weeks before our last frost date, which they say it's March 29th, but I don't think it's that late. I really, really don't. I don't know. I might start my seeds. I'm probably going to start my seeds in a couple of weeks when I get back from Tennessee. We're going to be traveling to Tennessee for our anniversary, so that'll be a nice road trip. So this is kind of what we have planned here as far as our garden layout for the year. We're going to have 2 4x10 raised beds and then 2 cattle panel trellises between them. And then we are going to have some triangular trellises, herb gardens, and 2 vertical trellises. Excuse me, my throat's got a tickle. I think the thing that we're most excited to grow in our garden this year is the tomatoes, and we just eat a ton of them. And then our lettuces as well. We're going to be growing a lot of greens. So in our first bed, we're going to be doing tomatoes kind of staggered and then staked, and in between those tomato plants staggered, we're going to be doing lettuce and spinach. And then with the exception of the space along the trellised area and on the top half of the bed with the tomatoes and lettuce, and I know that tomatoes and lettuce are fine as companions. And then on this top trellis here, we're going to be doing cucamelons just because they're cute. That's like my one novelty thing that doesn't really serve any particular purpose because I have no idea what they taste like. I'm just really excited because they're so darn cute, and they're going to be beautiful on the trellises. If they crawl up the trellises, they're going to be just gorgeous. And then so it's going to be the cucamelons and cucumbers. On the lower trellis, we're going to be doing butternut squash, a summer squash, and a zucchini. And I know some people say, well, you should only put 2 plants per whatever. I am kind of just winging it. Like, we're learning, we're growing, and if one plant starts choking out another plant, then I'll rip one of them out. I'm going to be really savage about it. We'll just rip it out and we'll see what happens. But like I said, if you've followed along with our story, you know that we don't own the house that we live in. So quite frankly, we don't want to dump a bunch of money into the yard that we have right now. We want to work with what we've got, and we want to put in a simple garden, grow as much as we can from it, and hope for the best. And it's all going to be a learning experience. This is our first gardening season. It's going to be a learning experience anyway. In the second bed, we're going to be doing endive and kale. And I know that you can't grow kale next to tomatoes, so we won't have any tomatoes in this bed. This bed will be lettuce, and it'll be endive and kale. And then in between those will be bunching onions. I love onions. So this whole trellis here is going to be cucumbers. It's the Chicago pickling cucumber. And then this here is going to be snap peas and rattlesnake beans. Everything in this bed here, so the snap peas, the cucumbers, the endive, the kale, the bunching onion, what else did I say? And the rattlesnake beans. All of that is coming from Baker Creek. As far as our tomatoes, we are going to be growing Cherokee Purple, which got recommended to me about 1,000 times. So I couldn't pass that one up. We're gonna be doing a Paul Robeson, Dr. Witchy's. I love yellow and orange tomatoes. They're my absolute favorite, and I've heard nothing but good things about those, so I'm gonna be growing those. Those are all coming from Baker Creek as well. My Kentucky beefsteak, which is another orange tomato, and I've heard they can get like ginormous. Those, Baker Creek does have those seeds, but they're sold out. So I actually found my Kentucky beefsteak tomato seeds on Ohio Heirloom Seeds. So that's where I'm going to be getting those from. We are also going to be growing Tiger Cherry Romas and what's my other one? Oh my gosh, I've got so many pages in here of garden notes. I'm like obsessed with garden journaling. It's out of control. Okay, so Amish paste, Tiger Cherry Romas, and then maybe some other like cherry tomatoes for the kids, but those are gonna be all potted, and I think those are gonna go near like our vertical trellises, and I'm just gonna stake those in big pots. Also in our raised beds, we're going to be pushing so our beds are gonna be 10 feet long, and the cattle panel trellises are 4 feet wide. So, excuse me. So if we push the cattle panel trellises all the way to the ends of the bed, in theory, we will have 2 feet between them. And I think we're gonna grow nasturtiums in that space and see what happens. My spinach, my yellow squash, my nasturtiums. Those are all going to be coming from botanical interests. And then everything else I said is coming from Baker Creek from rareseeds.com, except for, like I said, the Kentucky beefsteak, which is coming from Ohio Heirloom Seeds. And so the flowers that I would really like to grow, now I haven't done enough research on most of these flowers to know if they'll thrive in the heat. So bear with me if I say something totally out of whack. But for right now, the plan is dahlias. They're one of my favorites. The zinnias are beautiful, marigolds, and sunflowers. Now, I've grown sunflowers since I was a kid. I'm obsessed with them. I love them. They're my favorite flower, and they're just beautiful. I just love them. I love how tall they get. When I was a kid, we had some sunflowers that, were like 6 feet plus. They were crazy. They were huge. I've always grown just like common sunflowers, but I saw in the Baker Creek catalog the Mongolian sunflowers that they've got like this massive, like 12 to 14 inch head, which I think is just crazy. And I think that would be really fun. I think it'd be really fun. I think it would be so much fun. And my favorite part about it would be like, because in Las Vegas, all our houses are so close together that the neighbors would be like getting a little peeking sunflower over their wall. I don't know, I just think that'd be really funny. So that'll probably be in the patch. As far as my herbs, I really want to grow herbs, but I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to bite off more than I can chew this year. I want to grow things that I know we're going to consume, that I know I like, and that I know I can grow. So we're going to be doing lavender, mint, and tulsi, or holy basil. And I think that's it. maybe grow a stevia plant. I'm not sure, but for now, that's what I have as far as my herbs. We're gonna be growing banana peppers, jalapenos, bell peppers. There's a mini bell pepper, and like small spicy cherry peppers. And I think that's gonna be it. I think this will be enough. I really do. And I know it probably sounds pretty simple, but like I said, I want to keep our garden focused, and I want the focus to be on things that we can grow in time before we leave. So 100 days or less. I want to grow things that I know we are going to consume. I want to grow things that I know will bring pollinators. We have tons of bees and hummingbirds and all that around here. So I'm really, really excited about that. The only other thing I think we talked about growing is watermelons, which I don't know why it's so mind-blowing to me, but I guess because they are so full of water and we live in the desert that I don't know. I always felt like it would be weird if a watermelon could grow in such a dry climate, but I have friends who have planted watermelons right in our native sandy soil, and their watermelons have done wonderfully. So we're thinking about doing some watermelons, but I think that the plan that we've got so far is a good one, and I think that we're going to be really happy with the results that we get. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. I'm just putting the good vibes out there, I'm just putting the good vibes out there. But we, in addition to our raised beds and our container gardening, we're also going to be growing microgreens. That was a huge thing that we wanted to do this year. It's really important to us. We just got our microgreens set up. We ordered our shelves and our growing lights, which we ended up just getting LED shop lights. So that'll be, as soon as we get home from Tennessee in a couple weeks, we're going to be starting our microgreens and starting our seeds for our garden. And we're going to be building up our garden beds, and we will probably do some type of like time-lapse video of putting together our garden beds and our trellises. I'm really excited about that. We've never done, like, our backyard here, the people who own the home, they never did anything with it. So it's just empty. It's just rocks and sand, and there's nothing back there. So I'm excited. I wish we would have done it sooner, because now, like, we're likely not staying in this house after this lease is up. So we've never done anything with the backyard, and I'm excited to see, at least for a little while, the beauty that we can put into it. Yeah, I'm excited to see the excitement that the kids are going to have watching the vegetables pop up, and I'm excited about the learning that we're going to be able to do. I'm excited that we've got our little Benny upstairs who's making all kinds of manure for us to use in our garden, and it's just going to be a really fun learning experience. I think I'm going to be starting my seeds, I meant to mention this earlier, in these grow bags. So I found these grow bags. They were actually recommended by the Stivers, and I used their Amazon link, and they've got these in their little Amazon store. So go check them out if you're interested in starting your seeds in the grow bags. And the thing I love best about these, which I really wasn't sure at first, but you can start your seeds in these and then plant them directly into your garden. So they're just awesome. I don't know. I think it's really great, and I think it's going to be exciting. There are a lot of different things you can use to start seeds, but the fact that these can go directly into your garden with your plant means there's going to be minimal root shock. So there's going to be minimal transplant shock, and that's where people run into issues a lot if you're not careful, and or just if the plant is sensitive even. So I'm going to give these a try, and I will leave reviews as the season goes on, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching today and joining me here to talk about all of this garden dreaming, and I hope you're doing some garden dreaming of your own. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are doing for your gardens this season. I'd be really excited to hear about it. If you'd like to follow along with our journey, you can follow us on Instagram at Wallace Family Homestead. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate your love and support. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to our channel, and please turn on the bell so you can get notified when we post more videos. Stay humble, be kind, and God bless.